I left the family plot to my stepdaughter. So I'm 61, and my family has owned 6 spaces in this old cemetery on the hill since before I was born. My grandfather bought them back when land up there cost almost nothing. 2 are already used, my parents. That leaves 4, and for my whole life everyone just assumed those 4 went to me, my brother Dennis, and Dennis's 2 sons. Blood in, blood down. Nobody ever wrote it out, it was just understood. My first wife passed when our kids were small. For years it was just me and my 2 kids, Mark and Lauren. Then I met Carol, and Carol came with a daughter, Priya, who was 9. Priya lost her dad young, same as my kids lost their mom, and honestly the 3 of them clicked in a way I didn't expect. She wasn't a stepkid I tolerated. She was mine. When she was 16 and got mono, when Mark and Lauren both moved across the country the second they turned 18 and basically only call on holidays now, Priya was the one who stayed. She's the one who drives me to my cardiology appointments. She's the one who sat with Carol every single day the last 3 months. Carol passed in the spring. Priya handled everything. The arrangements, the flowers, the phone calls, all of it, and when it came time to bury Carol, I put her in one of the family spaces, right next to where I'll go, and I decided quietly that the space on the other side of me would be Priya's when the time came. So I called the cemetery office, and I had the deed updated. 4 spaces, 1 to Priya. I didn't announce it, but Dennis found out because the cemetery mailed a confirmation, and my brother, being my brother, opens mail that isn't his when he stops by. He called me that night, explained to me why Priya's name is on Dad's plot, because I put it there. That's Grandpa's ground. That's for family. She is family. You know what I mean. She's not blood. My boys are supposed to have those spaces. I asked him when either of his boys had last called me. He didn't answer that. He said it wasn't about phone calls, it was about the name. It was about the line. He said Priya had a father and she should go wherever he's buried. Her father's ashes were scattered off a pier in Oregon 20 years ago. I said, there's nowhere for her to go, except here, with the woman who raised her and the man who did. He said I was rewriting the family. Said Grandpa would roll over if he knew a girl with no blood in her was going in that soil next to him. That's when I told him something I'd never said out loud. Grandpa put 6 spaces up there for the people he loved, not for a bloodline, for the people who showed up. I said Priya showed up. My own kids didn't. He didn't get to lecture me about who earned the ground. Dennis went quiet, then he got nasty. He said if that's how it was, he wanted his son's names put on 2 of the remaining spaces in writing tonight before I gave the whole cemetery away to strangers. I said there are 2 open. Mark and Lauren are down for those if they even want them. Priya has hers. There's nothing left for your boys. So my grandchildren have nowhere to be buried and some stepkid does. Your grandchildren can buy their own plot. Same as everybody does. Grandpa didn't leave you a reservation for 4 generations you haven't met. He said I was spitting on the family. Said Mom and Dad were lying 6 feet from where I was about to bury an outsider and they'd be ashamed. He said the whole family would hear about this. I told him let them hear it. Then I said you want to know what's actually shameful, Dennis? Carol was sick for 3 months. You live 20 minutes away. You came to the funeral. That's it. Priya changed her sheets. So don't you dare tell me who belongs in the ground next to her. He said I'd regret it. Said blood always matters in the end. I said then it should matter to my kids too, and it didn't. Priya's the one who'll be up there putting flowers on all of us, including you if you're lucky. He hung up. Then Mark called 2 days later, the first time in months, wanting to know why Uncle Dennis was texting the whole family that Dad had lost it. I asked Mark if he even wanted his space in the family plot. Long pause. He said he'd have to think about it. I told him he could take his time. Priya already knew where she was going. The deed's already filed. Her name's next to her mother's, exactly where I'll be.